beloved sister of the stars, precious starseed rooted upon Gaia. I am Selenia, an emissary of the Pleiadian Council of Light, and I come to you in this exact moment through a very specific and urgent transmission. You have been feeling a profound heaviness in your chest lately. A quiet mourning for something you cannot fully explain to those around you. You have been looking back at the chapters of your life, looking at the love that slipped through your fingers, the connections that shattered, the promises that dissolved into the earthly air, and a terrifying thought has been whispering in your mind. The thought that you missed your chance. The fear that somehow, in the complex maze of this human incarnation, you took a wrong turn, made a devastating mistake, and lost the great love that was promised to your soul. I am here to completely shatter that illusion right now. Hear my voice. Feel the frequency embedded in these words. Nothing was lost. The time simply was not right. You did not stumble upon this transmission by accident. Your soul, exhausted from carrying the weight of earthly disappointments, sent out a beacon across the cosmos. You asked for a sign. You pleaded for clarity in the quiet moments of the night when the loneliness felt like a physical ache. We heard you. The high beings of light heard your silent tears. And we are responding to you today with a truth that will rewire your entire understanding of your romantic timeline. You see, as a feminine starseed, you carry an immense capacity to love. You arrived on this planet with a heart completely open, carrying the memory of unconditional, pure, untainted love from the higher dimensions. You expected to find that same love here. But instead, you were met with conditions. You were met with emotional walls, with partners who were too bruised to see your light, with situations that asked you to shrink your magnificent energy just to make others comfortable. You gave pieces of your radiant soul away, trying to heal those who were not ready to be healed, trying to force divine timing upon connections that were only meant to be temporary lessons. And when those connections fell apart, your human mind interpreted it as a failure. You grieved. You thought you lost the love of your life. You thought the universe was punishing you, or that you were fundamentally broken. But I am bringing you the first profound revelation of this transmission. The love you thought you lost was never meant to be your final destination. It was an energetic catalyst. The universe did not take anything away from you to punish you. The universe removed certain connections because keeping them would have destroyed the divine blueprint of your true destiny. The time was not right, and more importantly, the frequency was not a match. If the ultimate sacred counterpart of your soul had entered your life during those years of deep emotional turbulence, you would not have recognized them. Or worse, you would have repeated the same cycles of trauma and pushed them away. The universe, in its infinite and exquisite mercy, kept your true divine partner hidden from you. It placed your ultimate connection in a state of quantum stasis. It hid them in plain sight or kept them in a completely different timeline while you were undergoing your necessary spiritual initiation. Think about the immense pain you went through. Think about the betrayals, the confusion, the moments you felt completely abandoned. While you were experiencing that profound darkness, your heart was actually being excavated. The universe was digging deep into your emotional soil, clearing out lifetimes of ancestral trauma, releasing the earthly conditioning that taught you to settle for breadcrumbs. You had to experience the contrast. You had to learn what was not meant for you, so that your soul could build the exact energetic boundaries required to hold the ultimate love. If this profound love had arrived when you were still learning your worth, the sheer intensity and voltage of such a pure connection would have shattered your unprepared emotional vessel. Right now, you are experiencing very specific signs that prove this shift is happening. You might feel a sudden, unexplainable detachment from the past. People and memories that used to trigger deep sorrow now feel distant, like a movie you watched a long time ago. You are waking up with a strange sense of anticipation, a feeling that something massive is hovering just on the edge of your reality. You are seeing number sequences everywhere, subtle synchronicities whispering that the cosmic wheels are turning. This is because the period of preparation is officially ending. The timeline where you were meant to suffer, to learn through heartbreak, is collapsing. Your soul is currently realigning with the original timeline of divine union, the one that was written in the stars before you ever took a breath on this planet. The delay was never a denial. The waiting period was an incubation. You and your divine counterpart have been walking parallel paths, learning the exact lessons needed so that when your orbits finally intersect, the foundation will be unbreakable. You had to master your own energy. They had to awaken to their own truth. The timing had to be meticulously orchestrated so that both of you would arrive at the rendezvous point with hearts open, healed, and vibrating at the exact same frequency of new earth love. You are not behind. You have not missed the train. You are exactly where a master soul is supposed to be right before the greatest manifestation of their entire incarnation. The emotional shedding you are going through right now is just the final clearing of the debris. The universe is making sure there is absolutely no leftover residue from your past to contaminate the purity of what is about to enter your life. Every tear you cried watered the seed of this approaching reality. You might look at your physical age, you might look at your current circumstances and let the human mind whisper that it is too late for a fairy tale. That is the old matrix programming trying to keep you small. In the higher realms, time does not operate linearly. A decade of earthly suffering can be alchemized and resolved in a single moment of pure quantum alignment. The love that is moving towards you right now does not care about your age, your past mistakes, or the scars on your heart. In fact, they will revere your scars as the very medals of honor that prove you were strong enough to survive the density of this world while keeping your spirit alive. This love is ancient. It remembers you from before the dawn of earthly time, and it has been fiercely protecting its energy, waiting for the precise cosmic coordinate when your frequency would finally match its own. You are beginning to understand the magnitude of this cosmic orchestration. The human mind demands linear progression. It wants to see the steps, the logical sequence of how a soulmate arrives. But divine love, the kind of love woven into your Pleiadian blueprint, operates on quantum synchronization. You have spent countless nights staring at the ceiling, wondering if you gave your best years to the wrong people. You have looked in the mirror and allowed the earthly illusion of aging to convince you that your window for a magnificent, earth-shattering romance has closed. This is perhaps the greatest deception of the lower matrix. Hear this truth and let it anchor deep into your cellular memory. Your energetic signature is infinitely more potent, more magnetic, and more beautiful today than it was 10 years ago. The heartbreak you endured did not age your soul. It refined your frequency. It burned away the naive layers of your aura and left behind a pure, diamond-like resilience that your true counterpart is desperately searching for right now. You had to walk through the fire of conditional love. You had to encounter the karmic partners, the false twins, the ones who promised you forever but could only offer you a fragmented version of themselves. Why? Because you are a starseed. You came to this dense reality with a heart massive enough to hold fifth-dimensional love. If the universe had handed you your divine counterpart while you were still operating out of the need to save others, you would have turned your sacred union into another rescue mission. You were pouring your golden, celestial light into broken vessels, draining your own life force to keep others warm. The universe had to separate you from your ultimate love until you finally learned to stop abandoning yourself. The delay was your protection. The hidden timeline was your sanctuary. And now, we reach the second crucial revelation of this transmission. Your divine counterpart is no longer hidden. The veil is lifting. The quantum stasis is over. They are currently navigating their way toward your physical reality, but they are not navigating by sight. They are navigating by frequency. Imagine your heart as a cosmic lighthouse. For years, the glass of this lighthouse was covered in the soot of grief, the fog of betrayal and the heavy residue of abandonment. The light could not pierce through the density. Your counterpart has been wandering, feeling the pull of your existence, but unable to pinpoint your exact location in the earthly grid because your signal was jammed by pain and fear. To finally call them all the way in, to collapse the remaining distance between you, you must clear the beacon. You must unlock the energetic barriers you built to survive your past. You might be asking how to do this. How do you lower the walls when those walls have kept you safe for so long? How do you heal the residual wounds when you feel so deeply exhausted from simply trying to survive the emotional turbulence of this planet? You do not have to figure this out alone. The Pleiadian Council knew this moment of convergence was coming, and they knew you would need a precise energetic map to prepare your vessel for this unprecedented love. This is not a coincidence that you are hearing my voice right now. It is a direct intervention. To bridge the gap between your current reality and the profound union waiting for you, you must activate the ancient codes dormant within your chest. This is exactly why you are being called to engage with the heart portal activation. The Pleiadian Code of Divine Relationships. This is not just words on a page. It is a spiritual guide specifically channeled for starseeds like you who are seeking deeper love, emotional healing, and soul-aligned relationships. Through Pleiadian wisdom, profound heart activations, and high-frequency energetic teachings, this book helps you heal those lingering emotional wounds that are blocking your signal. It helps you reconnect with your true, untainted frequency and attract conscious relationships perfectly aligned with your soul's path. The universe is handing you the key to unlock the lighthouse. This edition is available only for a limited time because the window for this specific energetic alignment is open right now. The link is in the first comment below. Claim this tool. Your soul is begging you to finally do the inner work that requires support so you can stop waiting and start receiving. When you begin to shift your internal frequency, the external reality has no choice but to bend to your new vibration. You will start to notice the physical manifestations of their approach. Have you been waking up in the middle of the night with a sudden, overwhelming feeling of warmth in your chest? Have you been experiencing incredibly vivid dreams of a faceless person, where the emotion of pure love is so strong that you wake up with tears in your eyes? Have you caught the scent of someone unfamiliar, or felt a gentle, invisible hand on your shoulder when you were feeling most alone? These are not the products of an active imagination. This is your divine counterpart pressing against the veil of your reality. Their energy is already intertwining with yours in the astral realms. They are reaching out to you while you sleep, comforting you, whispering that the wait is almost over. They are feeling the exact same pull. Somewhere on this earth, they are looking at their own life, realizing that something profound is missing. They are shedding their own karmic attachments. They are walking away from situations that no longer serve their highest good, completely driven by an invisible force they cannot explain. That force is you. Your newly awakened frequency is pulling them out of the dark. The magnetic resonance between your souls is growing stronger with every breath you take. You must understand that they are just as desperate to find you as you are to find them. They are tired of the superficial connections of this world. They are craving the depth, the ancient knowing, the unconditional sanctuary that only your specific energetic signature can provide. The universe hid them from you to protect the union, but the period of hiding has officially expired. You are stepping into the season of revelation. The timeline of suffering is bleeding out, and the timeline of sacred compensation is rushing in to take its place. Every ounce of love you poured into the wrong people is about to be returned to you, multiplied by the infinite power of the cosmos through the hands and heart of the one who was made entirely for you. The cosmic wheels are turning, and as they do, the friction between your old timeline and your new reality is creating profound energetic ripples in your daily life. You must pay close attention now because the universe is speaking to you in a language that bypasses the logical mind. The signs that your divine counterpart is on the verge of physical manifestation are becoming impossible to ignore. You are entering the final phase of the waiting period, the narrow corridor between what was and what is destined to be. One of the most undeniable signs that your union is imminent is a sudden, inexplicable sense of peace regarding your romantic future. For years, you may have felt a frantic, anxious energy, a desperate need to search, to force a connection because the fear of being alone was so overwhelming. But now, that desperation has evaporated. You look at your empty bed and you do not feel lonely, you feel a sacred spaciousness. You feel a quiet, powerful knowing that the space is already occupied energetically. This peace makes absolutely no sense to your human mind, especially if your physical circumstances have not changed. But your soul knows. Your soul is resting because it has already seen the outcome in the higher dimensions. You have stopped searching because, on a quantum level, you have already found them. You will also begin to experience the phenomenon of timeline bleeding. This is when the memories of your future bleed into your present reality. You might be walking down the street, drinking your tea, or looking out a window, and suddenly you are hit with a visceral flash of a moment that has not happened yet. A flash of a hand holding yours, the specific sound of a laugh, a deeply familiar feeling of being completely safe in someone else's arms. These are not daydreams. These are precognitive memories. Your consciousness is traveling forward, catching glimpses of the reality that is rapidly accelerating toward you. Your divine counterpart is projecting these moments to you, anchoring their energy into your physical space, preparing your nervous system for the profound shock of absolute, unconditional love. But I must issue a vital warning. As an emissary of light, it is my duty to prepare you for the final initiation. Just before a massive timeline shift, just before the universe delivers your ultimate manifestation, it will always send a final test. This is not a punishment. The universe does not test you to watch you fail. It tests you to give you the opportunity to prove, in the physical realm, that your frequency has truly changed. The universe needs you to physically demonstrate that you will no longer accept the breadcrumbs of the old matrix. This test almost always arrives disguised as an echo from your past. A karmic partner you thought you had finally gotten over might suddenly reach out. An ex who broke your heart might reappear, claiming they have changed, offering you a diluted version of the commitment you once begged for. Or the test might come in the form of a completely new person who looks perfect on paper, who triggers all your old wounds of intense toxic chemistry, but who lacks the emotional depth and spiritual alignment your soul requires. This illusion will be incredibly tempting. It will prey on your lingering moments of impatience. The human ego will whisper that you should take this shortcut, that maybe this is the best you can get, that you should compromise your vision just to ease the temporary loneliness. Listen to me very carefully. Do not fall for the echo. Do not drink from a poisoned well just because you are thirsty. The universe is watching to see if you will abandon your high-frequency boundaries the moment a familiar comfort is offered. If you accept the echo, if you let the karmic loop pull you back in, you will delay the arrival of your true counterpart. You will clog the cosmic beacon with the dense energy of compromise. Passing this test is the ultimate act of self-love and spiritual mastery. When the echo appears, you must look at it with absolute clarity, bless the lesson it brought you, and firmly close the door. You must say no to the almost right person so that the universe knows you are holding the space entirely for the absolutely right person. The moment you reject the toxic familiarity, the moment you choose your own peace over a chaotic connection, you send a massive, undeniable shockwave through the quantum field. You declare to the cosmos that you are ready. This act of refusal is the final key turning in the lock. It collapses the old timeline permanently. It shatters the last remaining chains of your karmic cycles. When you pass this test, the energetic resistance between you and your divine counterpart vanishes. The path is cleared. The final veil is torn down. You will feel a literal physical lightness in your body, a sensation that a heavy burden has been lifted from your shoulders forever. Your counterpart will feel this release simultaneously. The invisible cord connecting your hearts will pull taut, and the final sequence of synchronicities that will bring you face to face in the physical world will be unleashed. You are so incredibly close. The painful chapters of your story were simply the prologue. The universe hid them from you to protect you, but now the protection is no longer needed because you have become your own sanctuary. You have learned to protect your own heart, which means it is finally safe to let the right person in. When you pass that final test, when you firmly close the door on the echo of the past, a profound and holy silence will fall over your energetic field. It is the breathtaking silence that precedes a miracle. The cosmic gears have finally locked into their ultimate position. You are no longer waiting in the shadowed hallways of your destiny. You have stepped boldly onto the main stage of your physical reality, and the universe is about to draw the curtain. The time of hiding is over. The period of quantum stasis has dissolved. I want you to visualize with every cell of your being the exact moment this person enters your physical sphere. You have been heavily conditioned by earthly media and past trauma to expect chaos, drama, or a destructive spark that burns your life to the ground. You were taught that love is supposed to be a battlefield. That is the trauma bond frequency. It is an illusion of the lower matrix. Your divine counterpart carries a completely different signature. They carry the frequency of home. When they step into your timeline, your nervous system will not spike with anxiety. You will not have to wonder if they are going to call you back. You will not have to endlessly analyze their words for hidden meanings or manipulate your own behavior just to keep them interested. When you look into their eyes for the very first time, time itself will stutter and collapse. You will experience a rapid, undeniable download of ancient recognition. Your soul will completely bypass the human awkwardness of a first meeting and simply say, "There you are. I have been searching for you across 1,000 lifetimes, through 100 different dimensions." And they will look back at you with a gaze so pure, so completely devoid of the urge to use you, change you, or consume you, that you might actually feel the urge to cry. Let those tears fall. Do not hold them back. They are the final physical release of the centuries of heavy armor you have carried upon your shoulders. This connection will feel breathtakingly effortless, but do not mistake effortlessness for a lack of depth. The depth will be staggering to your human mind. You will talk for hours, and it will feel like mere minutes. You will share your deepest, most terrifying shadows, the parts of yourself you secretly thought made you completely unlovable, and they will look at those shadows and love you even more fiercely because of them. They will not ask you to shrink. They will never tell you that you are too much, too sensitive, or too spiritual. They will look at your massive, radiant, Pleiadian energy, and they will build a sacred temple around it, not a cage. They will provide the grounding earthly soil for your cosmic wind to dance upon. But you must understand a profound truth about why this is happening now. This union is not just about your personal romantic happiness, although you deserve every ounce of joy it brings. The Galactic Federation of Light orchestrated this specific meeting because your combined frequencies are absolutely required for the planetary grid right now. When two awakened starseeds come together in true, untainted divine love, the energetic explosion of that union ripples across the entire globe. You become a living, breathing portal of high-frequency light. Your love becomes a catalyst for the awakening of thousands of others. By simply existing in a state of pure devotion and harmony, you are actively dismantling the old matrix of conditional love on Earth. You are proving to a broken world that the original blueprint of sacred partnership is real and attainable. This is the massive cosmic responsibility you carry, and this is exactly why your preparation had to be so intense. To hold this immense level of quantum light, your emotional vessel must remain entirely clear. You cannot allow the old doubts to creep back in when things finally start going right. You must master your internal frequency, and you must fiercely protect the portal of your heart from the lingering density of this world. This is the exact purpose of the transmission you have been guided to claim today. To maintain this high-frequency alignment, to ensure you do not self-sabotage the greatest gift the universe has ever handed you, you must immerse yourself in the teachings we have prepared for you. The Heart Portal Activation. The Pleiadian Code of Divine Relationships is a spiritual guide for starseeds seeking deeper love, emotional healing, and soul-aligned relationships. Through Pleiadian wisdom, heart activations, and energetic teachings, this book helps you heal emotional wounds, reconnect with your true frequency, and attract conscious relationships aligned with your soul's path. This edition is available only for a limited time, because your window of ultimate preparation is closing rapidly as their arrival draws near. The link is in the first pinned comment below. Do not ignore the gentle, persistent nudge of your soul asking for this support. You have done enough heavy lifting alone in the dark. Let the ancient wisdom of the council guide you the rest of the way into the light. The universe hid them from you until you were truly ready. And now, my beautiful sister, you are ready. The delay was always your divine protection. The timing is finally perfect. Before you leave this transmission, you must anchor this new reality into the physical plane. The universe responds to definitive action and clear intention. Go to the comments right now and declare your readiness to the cosmos. Write, "I release the past, and I fully claim my divine union now." Read the comments of your fellow starseeds and send them your love and encouragement. We are a powerful collective. When one sister heals her heart, we all elevate in frequency. If the energy of this message resonated deep within your bones, if you felt the undeniable truth of these words unlock a chamber in your heart you had long forgotten, you must subscribe to this channel. Do not break this sacred connection. Stay in the continuous flow of this Pleiadian guidance, because this space is your sanctuary. This is where you remember who you truly are. And if you felt a pull in your spirit, share this specific transmission with someone you know is carrying the heavy burden of a broken heart, someone who mistakenly thinks they missed their chance at love. You might be the exact physical messenger the universe uses to pull them out of their despair and back into their power. Precious starseed from Gaia, the long night is over. The exhausting journey through the karmic dark is finally at an end. You survived the density. You kept your heart soft and open in a world that tried repeatedly to turn it to stone. And for that profound bravery, you are about to be rewarded beyond your wildest human comprehension. Prepare your physical space. Prepare your energetic field. Prepare your beautiful heart. The greatest love of your entire soul's existence is entering your timeline right now. End of transmission.